Coming up on Mountain News at 6, we'll take you to this year's 2021 SOAR Summit in Corbin. What topics were discussed, and we'll have a preview of the downtown reception this evening. And Kentucky National Guard troops are still needed to help some hospitals in the Commonwealth in their battle with COVID-19.
Warm weather continues into this evening and tomorrow, but we have some big changes on the way by the weekend. I'll have those full details coming up right now at 6.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
We have shared stories about companies facing a worker shortage, but some say our local colleges and universities could better prepare the workforce. That was among the topics discussed today at the 2021 SOAR Summit in Corbin. WYMT's Dakota Makris has more from a panel of educators in our region discussing how post-secondary education can improve the lives of Eastern Kentuckians and the workforce overall.
A busy day here at the 2021 SOAR Summit. This afternoon kicked off with 7 college leaders discussing the role post-secondary education has on workforce and training. As college leaders work to improve the future of Eastern Kentucky's workforce, saying now broadband can keep students at home when they graduate instead of moving away for a job.
It's the job that they wanted, it's the income level that they wanted, it's the professional accomplishments that they wanted. But they can stay in the home county where they want to stay around friends and family. The
executive vice president and provost of the University of Louisville bringing ideas to Eastern Kentucky to help students become skilled in more than one area.
So if our student is an English major, she will also learn how to do coding. She'll learn how to use technology for her assignments. She has a skill set in a discipline, but also has that skill set of oral and written communication.
Leaders say employers are looking for communication and leadership skills.
We get our students out in the community. They learn the communities. They learn to deal with people.
Adding, as the COVID-19 pandemic continues, they are working to fill the pipeline in healthcare worker shortages.
Right now, I think the miss for us is starting later, and the process and the system that we have in place, the foundation at the secondary level. It's wonderful, it's growing, it's robust.
But saying it all starts with the K through 12 students.
Educating these students within our communities, in particular rural and remote, these students will stay and serve.
Now all leaders discuss the value of a post-secondary education, whether it is a 2- or 4-year program. They also said the mental health of a student is very important for them to succeed. In Corbin, Dakota Makris, WYMT Mountain News.
The SOAR Summit continues tomorrow morning with Governor Andy Beshear and Congressman Hal Rogers among those expected to speak. Nursing shortages have been highlighted around the region, especially since the pandemic began, while remote and digital work is becoming more prevalent and popular. WYMT's Jade Saylor is also at the SOAR Summit with more on those topics that were discussed today.
I'm here in Corbin at the 2021 SOAR Summit, learning about the blueprint on how to fix nursing shortages in Kentucky and how digital remote work can positively impact the region. By 2024, it is estimated there will be around 2,700 open positions in healthcare. The panel today talked about the plan is not just to get people to come back to work, but focused more on how to involve the next generation and make them want to get into nursing.
Smoothing the transition. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to reach kids earlier in school, in high school or middle school, and help them build those skills they'll need to be successful in post-secondary education.
The panel also emphasizes the importance of keeping these students in Kentucky after school. And in 2021, we have digital platforms and remote work that can benefit our region. Now, people that want to work for large companies in big cities can do that and work from home here in Kentucky.
Education and awareness, which is what I'm very passionate about with Middle Tech. We want to make sure that people know you can work at these awesome startups that are all over the country, all over the world, and you can be here in Kentucky.
The panel says work is no longer a place you go, it's something you do. And they're hopeful that the payback of unique opportunities created for students will keep them here in Kentucky, and that the beautiful countryside and low cost of living will bring more digital entrepreneurs to the region. In Corbin, Jade Saylor, WYMT Mountain News.
Jade, thank you. Another major topic at the SOAR Summit is downtown revitalization, and those attending a summit reception tonight are seeing a good example of it. WYMT's Zach Hawk is live in downtown Corbin, where that reception just began. Zach?
That's right. A panel of passionate Kentuckians met at the Corbin Arena this afternoon to share their stories of success in bringing life back to their downtown communities. Main Street programs require investment, but they are all about people and businesses believing in their community.
It's all about small business and growth in your downtown, and it's really what attracts people to your Main Street area.
Revitalization is a process, one that starts by inspiring pride in the local people first.
It's important to inspire your community and get them revved up about making Main Street alive again. It is a very long process. It's taken Corbin about 10 years to fully revitalize our Main Street area.
Then you work to build a community that's attractive to travelers.
You know, it makes all the difference. When your community's excited, it spreads to the tourists that come, the guests that are coming to your community, like the SOAR Summit.
And when the locals believe and the businesses believe, great things can happen.
I always say at the end of the day that supporting a small business is supporting someone's dream. So when your Main Street comes alive again, it's somebody's dream coming true.
What has worked in some towns could work in more towns. Downtown Corbin is one of those towns where revitalization is working and setting an example for other mountain communities. Steve?
All right, Zach, thank you very much. The panelists added in that session today that underserved populations are a key partner group in these efforts, but are often overlooked when they could become some of the most passionate allies of improving communities. Zach will have more on that reception coming up tonight at 11 there in downtown Corbin. And this reminder, we will have live coverage of tomorrow's morning session of SOAR at the arena on WYMT beginning at 9 a.m. on air and online. Well, the Chief Justice of the Kentucky Supreme Court announced plans today to retire after serving 30 years on the bench. In an interview today, John Minton Jr. of Bowling Green announced he will not seek re-election next year. Minton says although his term does not end until January 1st of 2023, he wanted to announce his plans early. Minton says he wants to give those considering running for the High Court plenty of time to make their decision.
Entering a bit of a cloudy phase in our forecast heading into tonight and really through much of the rest of the week. You see that outside right now from our camera at London Corbin Airport. They're sitting at 72, which is a cooler number because they've seen cloud cover and even a couple of showers. We heard Zach talking about the dreary skies behind him there a little bit earlier. Downtown Whitesburg still seeing some blue sky in Letcher County, but clouds are taking over, sitting at 74. A lot of us still in those low to mid 70s at this hour, but you'll notice Williamsburg sitting at 68. Same thing in Wise. Well, for Williamsburg, it's because they're dealing with a few showers right on top of there. Mount Vernon as well, up toward London and even into Corbin, yes, seeing a few of those showers. Those will continue to push on off to the north and east as we head through the overnight. Light, if anything, but that's something to keep an eye on. Low 60s tonight, partly cloudy skies to mostly cloudy at times as we watch our next weather system head our way. I'll have the full details on that coming up in just a bit. Steve?
Evan, thank you. Another lost hiker is now safe after being rescued by Wolfe County Search and Rescue team members. The Wolfe County Search and Rescue got a call about the lost hiker yesterday afternoon. A post on social media said that the hiker was able to make an emergency call and was also able to send a picture of her location to the team. The team said that they sent her a map with directions on how to get back on a trail. Unfortunately, the hiker got lost again, and the team was sent off to help her find her way back. The hiker was found safe. A Laurel County man was arrested this morning on both drug and theft charges. Police say an investigation led them to 48-year-old William Whittle. Police say Whittle stole 2 checks in which they believe he wrote to himself and signed them as well. The checks totaled more than $4,000. The COVID positivity rate continues to decline here in the Commonwealth. Governor Beshear announced 2,380 new cases today, increasing the statewide total to 719,611. There were 26 new deaths, bringing the death toll to 9,210. The positivity rate is now right at 8%. You can always find the latest COVID information on our website at WYMT.com. It is a mission much closer to home than what some of them are used to, but they say it's critically important. Hundreds of men and women with the Kentucky National Guard are still helping the state's hospitals in the COVID fight. A lot of what they are doing will never be seen by the general public, but as WYMT's Phil Pendleton shows us, the Guard says they realize how important it is.
A large warehouse near UK Hospital and Baptist Health holds critical items in the fight against COVID-19.
Steps along the supply chain that are behind the scenes. So trucks coming in, trucks going out, things that have to be done in order for the hospital to be fully supplied.
Doctors and nurses needed on the front lines. The National Guard was called in to be the hands and feet to fill orders.
It feels great. It also feels great when the people in the hospital are very appreciative, and I can tell it boosts their morale.
The Guard has 30 men and women in Lexington and about 400 in various COVID roles across Kentucky.
Necessarily won't see it in the hospital, but it has to get done on the front end so that the hospital has everything that they need so that they can fill the patient's needs.
Some Guard members have already finished their assignments in places like Moorhead or Corbin, but a lot still needs to be done in some other places. Second Lieutenant Mann doesn't know when she'll go home to northern Kentucky, but it doesn't matter.
We do not know. That has not been determined yet, but we do know that we will be here as long as there's a need. And as long as we are remaining productive, we are going to stay.
They will likely never see a COVID patient. What they're doing is seen as essential to their care. In Lexington, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Some hospitals are seeing Guard members pull out as the patient load is reducing. One hospital spokesman says the workload is lifting a bit, but there's still a big need. One police department is doing everything it can in the fight against COVID-19. The Barberville City Police Department announcing on Facebook that all members of the department have been fully vaccinated. This after many staff members have had to quarantine after contracting the virus. Barberville Police Chief Winston Ty says he is relieved, though he and his staff will not stop taking precautions.
We've took many precautions as far as hand sanitizer, wearing masks. They all got vaccinated. We're trying to minimize our downtime here so we can spend more time out working our cases and doing things we need to be doing.
Knox County has had more than 7,000 total cases of COVID-19. We'll have more on this coming up at 11. Tomorrow will be a fall edition of Thursdays on the Triangle here in Hazard. The event will include live music from Travis Napier between 5 and 8 p.m. Art demonstrations, art vendors, and other activities are planned. The event also includes a chili cook-off, and that will include several different varieties of chili. All of that money raised by the chili cook-off will go towards the local animal shelter.